Greetings! Today I will be sharing with you a decadent recipe for Asian sweetbread, better known as Hokkaido milk bread. Hokkaido bread is a staple in all Asian bakeries. The crust is perfectly brown and flaky, and the interior is soft, pillowy, and melts in your mouth with a subtle sweetness. It's a perfect snack on any occasion without the sinister additives and the chemical aftertaste of its store-bought counterpart. Let's begin. For this recipe, you will need bread flour. All-purpose flour will also work, but you will need to increase the kneading time in order to sufficiently develop the gluten strands. You will also need sugar, salt, eggs, milk or coconut milk if you're lactose intolerant or averse to dairy, active dry yeast, and butter or an alternative oil of your choice. The last ingredient will be a paste consisting of flour and water known as tangzhong. Incorporating this in your bread will lend a huge boost to the softness and fluffiness of your final product. First, mix a third of a cup of flour and 1 cup of water in a saucepan. Whisk until the flour is completely dissolved and there are no lumps. Turn the heat on to medium. Stir the mixture constantly while it simmers. Cook the tangzhong until the mixture thickens to a pudding-like consistency. You should be able to draw indentions in the mixture. Once it's done, take it off the stove and set it aside. Now we start on the dough. Combine 5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, a 1/3 cup of sugar, and 4 teaspoons or 2 packets of yeast. Now drop in the wet ingredients. 1 cup of your milk of choice, 2 eggs, and finally spoon in the tangzhong. Begin mixing and kneading until the ingredients begin to form a cohesive dough. The resulting dough should be somewhat elastic and not too sticky. If it is a little too tacky, however, consider throwing in a little more flour to stiffen it up. The kneading should take around 30 minutes. If you are using a bread machine, use the appropriate settings accordingly. Leave it in the bowl and allow dough to rest for about 40 minutes. After you have allowed the dough to proof, split the dough into 4 equal portions. Knead and form the dough into balls. Allow it to proof for another 15 minutes. To further the fluffiness of the dough layers, take a rolling pin and roll each portion of the dough into a long oval. Take both ends of the oval and fold them to the middle. Now repeat the process. When you have done this to all 4 portions, flatten each into an oval once more and roll into a cylinder. Feel free to experiment with optional filling like chocolate chips or cream cheese. When you're done, place the dough fractions into a greased pan. In this tutorial, I am using a 9 by 4 by 4 inch pan. The 4 portions should be able to sit comfortably within the pan. Let the dough rise for about 50 minutes. Finally, bake the bread at 325 degrees Fahrenheit for approximately 30 minutes. Bring out the finished bread and allow it to cool. Congratulations! After what must feel like an eternity, you've finally accomplished the intricate art of making Asian sweetbread. This recipe is versatile, so take some creative license if you so desire and create different shapes and add an assortment of flavors. Happy baking!